Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Scholar Chit Chat. At Scholar Chit Chat, we are committed to bringing you scholarship opportunities and helping you achieve your study abroad dreams. I'm your host, Joan, and today we have a special guest who was able to navigate and overcome graduate school and scholarship rejections. Please join me in welcoming Ade. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your background, where you're from, and what you're currently doing? So anything you're comfortable sharing.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. I appreciate it, and I'm excited to be here to share my experience with everyone. Well, there's no much to say about me, and my name is Ayansewa Adedeji, but people only call me Ade. When you hear Ade anywhere, then they're referring to me. So I like people calling me Ade, but my full name is Ayansewa Adedeji. I'm a current PhD student at Florida State University. But prior to my PhD here, prior to starting PhD, I had 7 accumulated years of experience working as a librarian and as a lecturer in Nigeria. I'm a certified librarian. I rose to the peak of university librarian in a leading university library in Nigeria. I hold my national diploma, bachelor's degree, and master's degrees, all in the field of library and information science. Again, I'm a current PhD student at Florida State University, and my major is information science. My research interest revolves around AI literacy and application of AI in library. So that's it. That's a little about me.
Thank you so much. We're happy to have you and share your experience with everyone. Thank you very much. Yeah, so let's just start. Can you share with us your rejection experience? What motivated you to not give up? Your first rejection experience.
Okay. What a question. Well, I would say rejection may be traumatizing, and I've received nothing less than 46 rejection emails from different scholarship applications. And I'll say that again because it can be traumatizing. I can't forget some of the experiences, what I went through during those times. So before I started my PhD, that's about 46. I just hope this exact number. So it all started around 2017. My goal was to study abroad for my master's. I had that goal that, okay, my master's, I'm going to do it in the US, in the UK, or Canada, and all these advanced countries because I want to tap into the wealth of experts globally. I want to get the knowledge, have international experience. That was my goal, but I could not achieve that. After a series of rejection, I enrolled for my master's degree at the University of Ibadan as the first and the best university. So, because I could not get my scholarship offer abroad, I said, okay, I don't want to waste too much of time. So I enrolled for my master's in UI, and UI gave me the best to become the best. So I completed with an outstanding grade in UI. I gave my best to my MSc, and after completing my MSc in Nigeria, the hunger of studying abroad was still there. So what I do most times, I apply for both MSc and PhD scholarship, even after I have my MSc in best result. So I still wanted to travel abroad to have either my master's or PhD program outside the country with full scholarship. So when I started that journey again between 2019 and 2023, although I was getting rejections back to back, like I said, but I stayed motivated. I told myself, even if you get 100 rejections out of 101 applications, then you have made it. I told myself, even if I apply to different universities and I make about 100 applications, and all the 100 applications I not they are all rejection, then I must have learned a new thing, because I believe that every rejection you have lesson to learn in this journey, and those lessons really worth it. One thing that people don't realize, that I tell people, of which I come to realize when rejection almost become part of me, is that rejection part of the process, and that's my greatest motivation. Rejection is part of the process. In fact, it does not mean you are not qualified, but it took me about 2 or 3 years when I started this journey before I started realizing that it could mean many. It means many things when you get rejection. It could mean that maybe just one person is more qualified than just one. You are even among the top 2, but just one person because of one thing, because of one skill. In fact, it could be because of diversity. Because most scholarships they consider diversity. They say, okay, people from Nigeria, certain number, this is the quota for certain country. Let's bring in this person and all. So because of that diversity and inclusion, they may not, consider you. That doesn't mean we are not qualified. People, my special respect to people with disabilities, when they apply, they need to consider them, considering their special interest that is required for them based on standard, which is good. Do you understand? So when we now get rejection, I realize that it's not just that I'm not qualified. It could be that one more person is not qualified. It could be that funding is limited. Again, just like I said, because of diversity. And even rejection could mean new direction. It could mean misalignment of skills. So the way we'll see rejection, we should have this understanding that it is part of the process, and that's my motivation.
So I'm happy we're actually talking about this, because in the previous episode we spoke about the applicants' point of view. There's applicants that have actually applied and they are yet to get. They are still hoping. So I'm happy that we're able to get someone that has the experience and then has gotten it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, please. So the next question: what are the practical steps you took to actively build and maintain your self-confidence? Because rejection can actually drain you and make you doubt yourself. So what are some of the practical steps you took to build and maintain your self-confidence, especially during those periods you faced multiple rejections?
Well, the practical steps, you see, the first thing that I would like to talk about is about reading success stories. I think that's the first thing that really build my self-confidence. I read success stories of people who encourage me a lot, because scholarship can make you think less of yourself.
Yes, I agree.
You feel, you can make it. You will feel, well, maybe some people are better than you. You will feel, I think scholarship is only meant for first class. You will think scholarship is only meant for genius. You will think you can't make it when you start getting the rejection. I read success stories of people who encouraged me a lot. You don't have to be a genius. And when I started reading those success stories, I saw notable people with third class, notable people with 2-2, notable people with even low profile that got a notable scholarship. In fact, one of them owns is a CEO of a company that I would not want to mention in Nigeria. I would not want his early 30s now, thereabouts. A notable person, I would not want to mention the name. Had a 2-2 from a university and won one of the prestigious scholarship. And that's, let me mention, I hope people will not trace that. That's Achievement Scholarship. This person, despite the fact that Achievement Scholarship, they want people with 2-1 and above. This person, and quite a number of them, got you with 2-2. Do you understand? So when I read those profiles before during this journey, I'll be like, okay, yes, if this person can make it, if this person A, B, C can all make it, then I can make it. And that's one of the things that encouraged me and build my confidence. When there was even a time I read the profile of someone on LinkedIn that got 102 rejections. Got 1 yes. Imagine that. So when I saw that, I told myself, that really encouraged me. When I read it, I was like, oh, really? And that mine may not be up to that. I told myself, mine will not be up to 102 and I'll make it. So even if it's up to that, I told myself, even if it's up to that, I will not give up. So that's the biggest thing about me and how I was able to, build my self-confidence. I read people who have failed before. Yes, because you failed. Of course, they did not fail. So I read the story of people who have been rejected severally and I eventually got it. So I motivated myself with that. Another thing is learning the art of storytelling. I built my confidence in this journey and this is what I mean by that. When you want to write or apply for scholarship, you want to write a scholarship essay, it's all about storytelling. Once you learn the art of storytelling and you can tell your story very well, you can tell a compelling story, sincerely you're going to get it. And in relating into with building of self-confidence is, you can't imagine just writing a paragraph, or let's say you are just trying to send them happy new month message to a friend on WhatsApp that we all do. Many things, what people mostly do is they just copy a message, they don't compose it themselves, they just send it, they got it from someone, just edit and send back. But if you sit down and logically write some things about someone, it can start from there. So that alone, if you keep on building those things and you learn more about writing a compelling story, writing scholarship application applying for scholarship should not be a problem. That you can write a more compelling story than other people. Once you are confident about this skill, then you are just a step ahead of getting it. Because if you have a good profile, good CV, and you are exceptional, quote and unquote, if you don't know how to tell a compelling story, sincerely, someone with a lower profile can get that scholarship even before the person high profile will get it. So just for us to have that understanding that we need to learn the art of storytelling. And there's one thing I tell people: no two stories can be the same. You should write your own story. Know the right choice of word. Another thing, lastly, that I will like to talk about is changing our perception about ourselves. I told you earlier that scholarship application can be traumatizing, it can make you to think less of yourself. But got to a point, I started thinking more of myself instead of thinking less of myself. Help me to build those confidence. Yes, I can make it. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I'm outstanding. We are what we think we are. Let's celebrate ourselves. I often celebrate myself. Even if I jump from here to, if I jump just few steps, I say, oh, you've done it. You've made it today. You've made so normal step. Oh, you do it. We say, like, it's good we say it with our mouths that, oh, just like me appreciating you that, oh, you've done this for this and that and so. And let's celebrate every little win. Those things give us this confidence that, oh, yes, I can make it. Including admission without funding. A couple of people feel bad because they got admitted to a university without funding. They feel bad. It's a little way. Celebrate it. Some people can apply and they won't get the application. So in all, we should read success stories, learn the art of storytelling, and also we need to change our perception about ourselves. We need to encourage ourselves the more. Think more of yourself instead of thinking less of ourselves. So that's it.
Great advice. Thank you very much. Again, this is one of the reasons why Scholar Chit Chat is here, to help people. Many people will not know where to get those stories to stay motivated. But then thank you. We have you here sharing your story, and then this will actually help someone out there, because I know this period, this season, a lot of people are going through a lot, getting a lot of rejections. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
The next question. So you've gotten a handful of rejections, your no's. So how did you seek out the lessons within those experiences? Did a certain rejection make you say, okay, maybe my SOP is not good enough, I can just maybe tweak it a little bit, or just share with us the lessons you learned from the no to make your next application better?
Okay, I'll share a few of those lessons because there are many lessons. So, and as I stated earlier, rejection is just part of the process. We need to understand this first. So the moment we understand it, then we are a step ahead. So in my experience, the rejection made me realize some things I have been doing wrongly.
Yes.
When I first started this journey, I will use one essay for different applications. And that's a wrong app. Rejection made me realize that every application is unique in itself. One application, one essay. If you want to apply to 2 universities or make 2 applications, that should be 2 essays. Do you understand? Don't just turn in write one essay and use it for several applications. Every application is unique itself. So those are things I learned. I also learned that scholarship essay cannot be written in just a day or just 2 days.
Yes.
It's like a story. Just like I said earlier, it's just like a story. So I learned how to write a compelling story paragraph by paragraph. I can use a week to write just 3 paragraphs. Imagine. And it's not that I will have a gap or a break of not writing. I'll be thinking about, how do I make this to very compelling? That even from the first paragraph, from the first sentence, anybody reading it will be like, I need to get to this end of beautiful story. Sincerely, when I got here, my advisor, that was the first time my advisor told me that. My advisor was like, I was not actually planning to take a new PhD student, this and that. But when I saw your essay, I was like, wow, I would love your story. That was, in fact, I never, the statement from my advisor when I arrived at the US, when we first met, I was like, wow, really? So that's just it. You never can tell how so you can be on a single paragraph, you can use a week to write just 3 paragraphs sometimes. So I asked myself after every rejection that, what do I still need to do? Sometimes it's not just about doing things differently. It's about adding to it. You already have your story. You already have a compelling story. How do you make it up? I sought out tutorial lessons on YouTube on how to write scholarship essays growing up before now. I go online to check them. I follow people who have won my choice of scholarship. I follow them. I read their profile. Not that I will just see you talking about one scholarship on YouTube. I will get your name. Of course, they put their name there. there, they say their name, I will go and go search their profile. Look at many of them put their profile there. Look at the little things you can learn from their profile, whether on LinkedIn, whether they've posted on a platform. Look at their interest, how they are able to get. You see how they write. You can even learn from how they write. You can learn from how they to encourage people. Bring in all of these skills to better your application. I also learned that scholarship is very, very competitive. So those, many of us, we know that scholarship is competitive. For rejection, we realize that it is very, very, and that I need to be very, very competitive. You see, that alone would help you or anyone listening to this a lot, because we need scholarship very, very competitive. So we need to upskill, build our profile. So the nose taught me this, that I need to upskill, I need to advance my skill, I need to build up my profile. I need to stand out. That even if it's just work that they want to pick, I should be the person. You must have heard of Commonwealth Shared, which I want. Every department, sometimes most of the department scholarship, Commonwealth scholarship. If you apply to one of the enlisted programs, they only pick one person.
Yes.
They should go and read every department. So I prepare my scholarship, although I take the offer, I rejected the offer. But I prepare as if yes, I'm the only one that they want to pick that approach. Build that of courage that yes, let me stand out. I mean, sincerely, if that scholarship is up to 2% or 3%, 4% or 6%, then you're gonna have to build my profile, because the nose made me to realize that and improve my profile every year. Which means that my profile after 2018 rejection will not be the same with the same profile in 2019. If I applied 2020, when I applied 2020, I was not carrying the profile of 2019 to 2020. So my profile got better moving forward, and that's it. So continuous building of profile made me close to winning those scholarships every year. I started making it to the reserve list. It started like that when I started since 2017, rejection 2018, 2019, 2020, reserve list. And to those that don't understand reserve list means you are just placed on a special list. If someone drops from the scholarship offer, then you pick it up, or if no funding is available, then we'll pick you. I remained on those reserve lists for 3 different scholarships, also 4 different reserves. That year, I didn't get any upgrade, like from reserve list to upgrade. But what am I saying is this. I made it to reserve list of Commonwealth Share Scholarship. Everything reserve list, but that actually is because of the lessons I've learned so far in all of this, and that was tough.
Thank you very much. Okay, so just out of curiosity, was there a particular rejection that made you say, your resilience to continue?
That did what? Can you ask that question again?
Yeah, I said, was there a particular rejection you received that made you say, this scholarship application I'm not doing anymore? And then what fueled your resilience to continue?
I think I have a couple of instances, but let me just talk about one person. So, the one I would like to talk about happened in 2022. So in 2022, I was shortlisted among a few applicants.
Okay.
Out of hundreds of applications at top university in the US, because I applied for PhD scholarship, and hundreds of people who apply for just 6 slots or 3 slots, sometimes 4 too. So I was interviewed, and before you make it to that interview stage, sincerely, those that will be inviting for that scholarship may not be more than 10 sometimes. So I made it to the interview. I contacted an internal person who happens to be a current student in that university. That the person prepared me and all. I was just like, in fact, the person already gave me the thumbs up after the preparation and said, every question you may be asked, this and that and that. So after the interview, I felt so convinced that I was already seeing myself being shortlisted for a fully funded PhD, because there's a way you go for an interview and you feel yourself, you've performed well. I was feeling myself because the internal person prepared me, and I I got similar questions, and the way the person advised me to attend those questions and all I did, I also, through one of the mentorship platform, I contacted someone who also prepared me, and I was like, oh, so on the job interview, in fact, I got the reflection from the professors that, oh, they were just giving me thumbs up, like enjoying my flow, this and that. So I was already seeing myself in the mirror. But you know what? I literally cried when I saw that report after. Down for more than. But you know what? I encouraged myself. I told myself, if I can make it to the interview stage, scholarship this year, then next year I'll make it to the US. And that's just my story. Sincere, because I work up on my profile more. Like, okay, if this profile can help me get to interview, let me be more on the profile. Then I should be there. So I built my profile for that. I trusted God the more, and that was it. I submitted about 8 applications, and this time around now, I've not even talked about applications having huge number of applications before now, but I reduced it to just 8 this time around, and that's the last round. That was 2023. So I submitted just 8 applications and got full funding in 6 out of the 8 applications, which made me have a good problem. I tell my scholarship journey that, in fact, on different groups that I am, we used to tell ourselves that, oh, it's good to have a good problem. When you have 6 scholarships, be like, oh, we use this. Sometimes we jokingly say that, okay, they've been sending us rejection emails. Now our time to send them rejection emails. For those students to know that yes. I also request to tell you this and that too. Jokingly, when you are finding difficult to choose which of the scholarship among the 6 you want to go for. So in 2023 to 2024 application round, I won this common scholarship, and I also won PhD scholarship to 4 different universities in the US. Sorry, what fueled my resilience was God. You know what? We can never replace of God in life's equation. So another thing is determination and having that mindset of being competitive. So that's it.
Okay, so for benefit of maybe someone that is listening for the first time or just wants to start the application process and they've been hearing profile, they may be asking what is profile. Can you please give a brief explanation of what you meant by profile?
Okay, well, profile. Yes, I tell people more of application is more of profiling. Yes, because when you tell your story, you are telling us about your profile. Yes, you're telling us about your CV is your profile and also. But in summary, the way I would describe it is you meeting more than the minimum requirements. As simple as that. When you want to apply for scholarship, most times you check requirements. They tell you, okay, you have so, and also have A, B, and C. That's the minimum. Now, they will now pick people who has the requirements, and people with higher qualification. Don't let me even use qualification. People with higher profile may get it than you. Now, building up a profile, what I mean is this. If you want to apply for a program, let's say you are in your bachelor's program and you are in your 3rd year, you can volunteer and intern with people with companies. You can engage in research lab. You can meet your professor. Are you conducting any research currently? I can be of help in data collection. I am good at data analysis, SPSS. I did that in my undergrad. Some people think, so those little things are part of the story you're going to use when you are writing this. They are part of you. They are part of your profile. Attend conference. They are part of your profile. We think, attending conference, we don't have money, especially people from the developing country that, it can be a lot because of exchange rate. Yes, that's fine. But do you know there are free webinars you can attend to gain more knowledge? There are quite a number of MOOC courses that you can do online on Coursera that are free. Even apart from the ones that are free, there are quite a number of courses for those of us in developing countries on Coursera. Even if they are not free, you can apply to Coursera and say, I would like for this course fee to be waived. I did that a lot, and they waived it for me. Use that to learn new things that relate with what you want to study. Gain more knowledge. For some of us, when you are done with your grad school, you can engage in research activities. for a research organization, there are quite a number of research organizations that need that volunteer, that need people that will volunteer for what they do, collect data, and also all of these things matter. You can, just like I said, you attend conference, you can think of before you know it, you get to meet a professor that will include your name in their publication. Those are the things you need to in your workplace, because they are going to they may ask you for professional reference. In your workplace, be outstanding. Have an objective and make sure you achieve something. Once you achieve something, it's part of what your recommender in your workplace will be putting that Mrs. or Mr. A and B help us to achieve this and this in this organization, which I think will be helpful. This skill will be helpful for this person. That's a profile. You get it? So we should not think profile as it's just education or qualification. No, it's just like a little droplet of water that you are trying to add to yourself. Be it experience, be it skill, and that's what I mean by profile. So all of this, when we get it, then we are a step ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I'm happy you spoke about recommendation, because that's actually the next question. So seeing that you applied for, I think, almost up to 5 years or more.
Yeah, of course.
Can you just please help me with the exact number so we'll not miss things? How many years?
The time of applying for 7 years. I started around 2017, 2018. So that's 7 years. Okay.
During those 7 years, I know you have to send recommendation, and then most of the scholarship asks the recommender to send them directly. So how were you able to maintain a relationship that even your professors or your work recommenders were able to be sending those recommendations to you?
Sincerely, that's a good question. And I wish if there's an opportunity for me to just say, let me invite one of my professors to this course to say one or two things. One of my professors got tired of the whole thing. I was like jokingly, not got tired. Jokingly, I was like, what is going on with your application? Is it that you because if I'll just say, okay, I still need to take it this year, second year. But you know what? They keep on those people. Yeah. And to your question, how am I able to even maintain those relationships? And this is it. I will digress a little bit before I answer your question. And this is about building relationship. You know, it's not just about our lecturer. Let's say our lecturer, like our friend, just like your best friend, your parent, people around you, they are just like that. So it's worrisome that people find it difficult to build good rapport with their lecturer. You know what? This is not just about building relationship with lecturer. Some people will only slide into your DM only when they need your help. Yes. Sincerely, we need to change that mentality. I know of someone who has contacted me just 3 times between 2017 and today and 2025. The person has only contacted me 3 times. And in the 3 times, I still have the chat. I should still have the chat. The message will just be, hello, how is everything? Can you please help me to do this? Can you please help me? Those are the 3 times. And it was only when the person needed something. You see, this approach is not the best. It's not that I will not do it, or because of that I will say, I'm not doing it. But sincerely, if that person asks for that kind of assistance, and someone who has been reaching out to me oftentimes also asks for the same assistance, I would do it for the 2 of them. But do you know what I would have done? What I would have done? If I dedicate 5 minutes for the person that only contacted me anytime the person needs my help, if I dedicate 5 minutes for that person, I can dedicate 1 hour for the other person. Do you understand? I will submit the application, but one might be richer than the other. Do you understand? The meaning is that we should learn how to build that relationship. Our lecturers are part of our virtue. They are part of what we need to grow. Just like your closest friend, it may also be part of your growth. So let's see them as our friend. We will need them moving forward. If you feel you won't need them, they deserve to be checked on or reach out to. Even if you feel you don't need them, of course you will surely need them. But when you feel, you don't need them, but they still need to be reached out to. I understand that some people have their preference for the lecturers who they like. That's that. But what is not fine is not to have at least 2 lecturers that you can always reach out to. You need to have at least 2 to achieve this rapport. To have that relationship, we need to build it, and that's just it. How do you build those relationships? And that's a big question that people need to find answer to. Just like I said earlier, they are like our friends. You just see, don't let us see them as, oh, what would this person say is my lecturer? They are just like our friend. Let's make them our, they are ready to be our friend even after we graduate. So we need to build those relationships. To build those relationships, we can just engage in petty things. Sending them happy new message can be part of it. New month, this and that, and all. You call them on weekends or send them text. You may not even call them because they can be busy. Send them tests, appreciate them. You can do that on weekend because they can be less busy during weekends. Say something like, I've missed your class. I just stumbled at one of the notes I used during your course because you taught me back then, and it's so refreshing because I used to enjoy your class. Something like that. When you send them, they will feel, they will if you say something like, oh, you are really a good teacher, even after you graduate, they will feel good. That's how to build that connection. And it's not like you will be doing it and be acting it. You make it real. Be caring, and make sure that you engage in at least conversation with them. You can appear in their office to say hello with wine anytime you travel to the state. Many of us, we travel to the state of our mama, we don't even enter our university. Many of us enter that university, we don't even get to the office of our lecturers. It shouldn't be. I feel you can just appear one day, okay, I just traveling across this state and this city, I feel I should say hello. Just buy, if possible, you can even buy a very cheap wine. Like, for you to know it's not really about money. They appreciate those things. Send airtime to them on random days. It's not that they are poor or they don't have the airtime or money to buy the wine. No, it's just a show of appreciation. I've done that before. I've done many of these things before that one of them even called me. I know you understand that it's not that I don't have airtime, but I really appreciate you. I'll be like, wow, and this is just 500 airtime. And I'm talking of lecturers who are making it in the field who are extreme. I would say they are extremely rich. I'm talking of people in high. Okay, let me use the vice chancellor. I wouldn't want to mention something so that we will not trace the record that, because many people that know me, they know my past in the university. I would say vice chancellor. Imagine just sending airtime of 500 naira to 500 naira. Vice chancellor that can load hundreds of thousands of airtime. You know, but it's not that you are belittle them or you feel they don't have airtime. It's just to show
that matter.
Exactly. Apart from that, know their birthdays, use them on your WhatsApp, post them, send them money. You can, sincerely, send them information about any opportunity you see that will benefit them. Maybe postdoc, maybe this one. Send them. All of those things will spark conversation. I do that sometimes with one of my, just to spark that connection. I was like, can't you apply for university? So I don't want to. It's one of these big appointments that they do for 5 years. You can go to any university and you serve the tenure. I'll be like, oh, and the person was like, I've actually applied to so similar things like that, but this time around I want to do this and that. You can spark up conversation. The person will feel this person came for me. You see.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it's got something that will spark anything you can think of that will spark any discussion. Tell them how you are eager to attend their inaugural lecture. You know, many of our lecturers, they're still maybe associate professor or just the PhD holder or even masters. Just send them message that, oh, I'm looking forward to your inaugural lecture. You know, inaugural lecture is just part of academics. Once they pronounce them as a full professor, that, oh, I'll be eager to attend. I've done that before. So these are things we can use to build those connections with them even after leaving. Sincerely, if you do this, they'll be willing to respond to you anytime. There's one thing I also like to talk about. You need to ask them first before sending the recommendation request.
Yes.
So this the people do. They send the link, they apply, put their email, send them. After those, you know, once you click on, you enter their email, that university will send them link automatically to that email, even before you submit their application. There are so many applications like that. But if they should get that kind of automatic link for that request before you reach out to them, it will not speak well. Many of them will have wrong perception about you. You didn't even inform me before sending the link, and you might have even feel, I will inform the lecturer immediately, and maybe at work you are busy. You could not reach out to that professor before the following day. Before you know it, it's taking time before you reach out. So the best approach is reach out to them. If you are sending 10 requests, inform them prior that time before you. So it's a sign of responsibility. So, and the mistake people do, after sending that request and they bug them a lot. Give them advance notice. You don't rush to follow up on them. So after you build those recommendations, even you made a request and they are willing to send you the letter, don't just say, okay, I want to remind in their career. So because they are also very busy, so give them advance notice. They are busy with their career too. They have what they are facing a lot too. So you know what I do most times? I tell them, most of my professors, I tell them about 3 of them beforehand that I would like to apply for a scholarship in the next 4 months. Imagine giving someone that advance notice. Just like now, application wrap for scholarship will start August. Tell them today, as you are listening to this, tell them, oh, I would like to apply for some scholarship in the next 4 months. But I will need your help for that recognition in the next 4 months. Not now, but just to inform you prior to that time. Sincerely, they will natural, as far as I'm concerned, and as human, we always say yes because it's not now. You know, it's 4 months. Yeah. But you already gave you that nod. You get? So, when it's now time, of course, you'll be reaching that. When it's now time and you tell them, okay, the application I told you 4 months ago, or in April last year, I'm starting now, and I would like to. Clearly, they will tell you, okay, no problem, send it. Those are the ways to get them by your interest. So when you want to follow up, be logical about it. Just like I said, you can just go to their DM and say, okay, Happy New Week, sir. Happy New Week, Prof. Happy Sunday. You see, that alone, after making that request, you already told them, and they already sent the link to them, they've seen it, they've acknowledged that they've seen it, but they've not actually responded. You know, just greeting them alone, happy weekend, they know the meaning of Happy New Week that you are telling them. Their subconscious mind will tell them, oh, I've not responded to this person. Just be smart about it. I know of someone who actually disturbed the professor to the extent that the professor got tired. So you need to be smart and be discreet about it. Don't say this is a greeting alone. They understand what they are very intelligent. They know what you mean by Happy New Week. So that's just it. So remember also that recommendation letter is not just from academic. As you are building a relationship with your professors, build it in your workplace. Some schools they request for professional reference. Your workplace is also one of it. Well, if you have interned with any organization or company, build those relationships. Don't go and intern with a company and you never reach out to any of them. You don't even know if they have any new CEO, new supervisor or whatever. You now reach out. That was when you got to know that the person has been transferred to. All of those things will not really help us. Build those connections. They can even link you up. Connect to those person, this and that. So that's just it. So, and in all of this, have 4 to 6 people that you can potentially provide you a reference letter. This is what I mean. You write their names, up to 6 persons. You will now rotate the request. So if you are applying for, let's say 10 universities, for instance, you want to rotate, you are using 3 persons per application, some 2, some universities, but let's say 3. Meaning that a professor may not reply to more than let's say 3 reference requests. It may not be more than 3, despite the fact that it is 10 applications. So that's just the logicality in the whole process. So don't be disturbing them too much. Have the number of people, okay, yes, this person will respond to this and this and that, and that's it. Always, once you build those relationships, you already have, okay, 3 people will help you to send this email, this and that. It's good you tell them ahead that this scholarship this year, Prof. So, please, I would like you to provide me with a reference with up to 3 or 4 reference letters to 3 different universities I want to apply to. So that you prepare their mind. Of course, many of them are very good at writing recommendation letter, but the requirement for recommendation letter may differ from one application to another, from one scholarship to another. Not only that, they may feel they know more about you, but you have actually improved on your profile. There are other things they don't do. So you write a draft for them that, okay, you put your name just the way it should be. And you put a clause there. This is just a draft. Professor so kindly feel free to edit any part you are not comfortable with and all, but this actually represents what I feel you need to say about me, this and that. That's just it. And that's, you just put that as additional text. But write them in draft. It will ease their work. They just put it on their letter if they need to. And they edit the grammar, they put some things, they even make it, they improve on it. What you think is okay, they can even improve on it. But sending a draft will help them to respond very fast. I know if one of my recommenders back then, if I send the person email today, just like we are chatting now, in the next 1 hour the person can respond. Because one, I will not bump the person. Two, I will inform the person ahead of time. Three, I'm going to send a draft. Four, I've been building those relationships. And when you send your CV, when you send a draft to them, so to say, send your CV and transcripts alongside in case they want to, maybe you graduated years back and all, what's going on with you. Many of them, in fact, when I started this, I never thought of this until one of them requested for my CV. I was like, oh, that makes sense. He told me, send your CV and transcripts to me. And I was like, oh, that's it. Because the person will get idea of, okay, is this person, is the person's performance in my course. All of those. Do you understand? So, and that's it. So, you send them a draft, you send them the CV, and also remember to appreciate them with the thank you message when they are done with their response. Don't forget that. Many people, and it's not this style of thanks. No. Write, not even say people may write a good thank you message. So, never forget them, even after they provide those recommendation letters. Build continuing relationships. Now that I'm here, some people will feel, oh, I'm here, I don't need to keep in touch with them. No, we don't do that. Life is all about relationship. One of my recommenders, one of my professors I still engage with, came to the US, currently in the US now, and called me. And this is a top administrator in a popular university. I was like, so I even imagine myself, the person calling me, I'm not in the US, this and that. If I'm supposed to fly and see the person in the state, the person is correct. So what am I saying this is that there is more to providing recommendation letter. You can engage even after work, even after you feel you already got what you want them for. No, continue with it. Life is all about relationship with yourself. That's the first one. Relationship with the people around you. That's the second one. And the utmost is relationship with God. With that, no problem. So that's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your advice. So the last question: how were you able to manage your application process alongside other commitments, like maybe work or family?
Good question. Thank you. Well, I tell people that scholarship application is a full-time job, and we all have just 24 hours. When you want to embark on this journey, it's just like it will take your time, and that's why you need to manage your time very well. So, in summary, what I would just like to advise people is to prioritize their activities. Prioritize it's okay, let me do this first before this and then this. Once we have that kind of attitude, it's going to help us. Then if you have an approved maybe break time at your workplace, there's a workplace that they have a time, they call it break time. Use that break time. It's a time for you to improve on your application. Use it for your application. You can wake up at night also. You don't have a break time, wake up at night. We are in a useful age. We can still alter our sleep. Wake up at night to write essay. Those are the times you have to yourself. Dedicate 1 or 2 hours every weekend. Those are things I do that really help you. Just 1 or 2 hours is okay. You write 2 paragraphs in 2 hours. Just encourage yourself, celebrate yourself. You've done something. Oh, great. So dedicate 1 or 2 hours every weekend to your application. A little effort every week will count a lot. I advise people reduce movie and game time. We all engage in movies, we watch movies, we play games. Let's reduce it. And the rest of the hour, we use it for our application. Set alarms for to-do list. Have a jotter, have a diary for schedules on daily and weekly basis. Or okay, today I want to write on this and this and this. So those are just the ways I kind of advise anyone listen to this on time management strategy. And I agree. Thank
you very much for your time today and sharing your experience with us. We appreciate and we are very sure our listeners will find this very helpful, especially those that are about to give up. So just share your final thoughts, final advice.
Okay.
To our listeners.
Okay. Well, thank you, listeners. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all, because it's also part of your time that you are devoting for this. So, and I want to encourage you all, especially those that are battling with rejection, or you feel you cannot get it. I can assure you, tell people, if I can get it, then everyone can get it. So, final thought, never give up. You are a work in progress. Let's see ourselves that as I am now, I am just a work in progress. Even if I'm getting that rejection, don't give up. You are very close to winning. In fact, you are closer to winning. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from the mistakes of others. Grow your CV. Build those relationships. Remain competitive. Never think less of yourself. You can make it, and you will make it. In all, never forget God. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very happy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
This episode enlightening and helpful. Getting a scholarship to study abroad can open doors to a lot of experiences that can give you the chance to make a real difference. Also, remember, after listening to this, remember that 1 yes is enough to change the feelings you got from all the news you have received. So until next time, keep striving and stay inspired. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social media at Scholar Chit Chat. Also, share this episode with someone that needs motivation. See you next time.